All right, let's start by looking at addition. And again, the idea is that each complex number has a real part, or can have a real part, and each one also has kind of the imaginary part. And the idea is that you just kind of group things that are alike. So here I'm going to group our guy here with this guy here. So 2 minus 6 is negative 4. And then I'm going to group this guy with this guy. And negative 3 and 8, negative 3i and 8i is just 5i. So again, fairly straightforward. Again, I'm going to group that the real pieces, and I'm going to group kind of the imaginary pieces and just add them together. And so let me just do another one real quick. So here again, we have a real piece here of 3 and of 6. So that gives me 9 when we're adding. I have an imaginary piece of negative 2i and positive 2i. Actually, in those cases, they cancel each other off. And so my final answer, you wouldn't write 0i like this. You would just write 9 as the final answer. Let's look at subtractions. It's a little trickier. All right. I guess what I would say to you is the subtraction definitely is trickier. You're subtracting both of these pieces. Here's what I always suggest. I purely suggest rewriting this brand new as an addition statement and adding the opposite. So adding the opposite, do you see what I did here? What used to be a negative 6 is now positive. What used to be a positive is now a negative. Adding the opposite is the same as subtracting. So now it's an addition statement because I've added the opposites, and things are much easier. It's a 5 and a 6 for an 11. It's a negative 2 and a negative 3 for negative 5i. I think adding the opposite makes it quite a bit simpler. Let's do another adding the opposite. So immediately I notice it's a subtraction question. I'm bailing on subtraction. Immediately I'm going to take this complex number and I'm going to add the physical opposites. Opposite of 4 is negative 4. Opposite of 2i is negative 2i. Now I'm back in the easy business of addition. This is a negative 11. This is a positive 3i. And again, there's my answer. That's how we add and subtract. Basically, it's like kind of like grouping like terms from just basic algebra. Just grouping all of the reals together, right? The idea is this is a real piece, this is a real piece, and grouping the imaginaries together, and just keeping track of signs and symbols and things like that. This should help you out.